Welcome on the channel Voices of Reddit. Today we have an intriguing story about the
He sat on TikTok while I took care of the baby. Family drama. I'll provide more details to give a clearer picture of the situation. I'm a 24-year-old woman and my fiancé is 25. We've been together for a few years now, and we have a beautiful 1-year-old daughter. Our daily routine typically involves both of us getting ready for work while also preparing our daughter for daycare. Mornings can be hectic, but we've managed to establish a system that usually works for us. This morning, however, things didn't go as smoothly. While I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth and getting myself ready, my fiancé was in charge of our daughter. He placed her in her high chair in the living room and put on her favorite show to keep her entertained. This is something we often do to occupy her for a short while when we're busy. Instead of taking that opportunity to start preparing her breakfast or getting her things ready for daycare, he sat down and began watching TikTok videos on his phone. He spent approximately 10 to 15 minutes scrolling through TikTok, completely engrossed in his feed, while our daughter waited patiently in her high chair. She hadn't eaten yet, and none of her daycare items were prepared. When I finally came out of the bathroom, I noticed that nothing had been done. Our daughter was just sitting there, and my fiancé was still on his phone. I asked him why he hadn't made any breakfast for her yet. His response was, "I was waiting to ask you what to make for her." This struck me as odd because, on daycare days like today, she always eats scrambled eggs. It's part of her routine and he's fully aware of that. I pointed out that he knows what she eats by now and that his excuse didn't make sense. This comment sparked a disagreement between us. I expressed my frustration about his lack of assistance in helping to get our daughter or any of her belongings ready in the mornings. I told him that it feels like the responsibility always falls on me to ensure she's taken care of, and that I'm overwhelmed with handling everything by myself. I mentioned that while I was getting ready, he could have been proactive in preparing her breakfast, packing her daycare bag, or getting her dressed. He became defensive and, after getting frustrated, suggested that I should make him a list of what I would like him to do for her. His argument was that if I provided a list, he would know exactly what tasks needed to be completed and could help out accordingly. I refused this suggestion because I don't want to have to mother him as well. As her father, he should know what needs to be done without me having to spell it out for him every day. I tried explaining that, as her mom, no one hands me a checklist of tasks to complete. I simply observe and think about what needs to be done for her well-being. Changing her diaper, picking out her outfit, brushing her teeth, cleaning and filling up her daycare bottles, preparing snacks, and so on. These are routine tasks that have become second nature to me, and I believe they should be for him as well. I emphasize that parenting is a shared responsibility, and that he should take initiative rather than waiting for me to instruct him. I feel that having to create a list adds to my mental load and doesn't solve the underlying issue of him not being proactive. It feels unfair that I have to manage both our daughter's needs and guide him through his responsibilities. He argued that everyone processes things differently, and that a list would help him stay organized and ensure that nothing is forgotten. He feels that I'm being unreasonable by refusing to provide one, especially if it means he can contribute more effectively. He mentioned that at work he uses task lists to keep track of his duties and doesn't see why this should be any different. Our disagreement left both of us feeling frustrated. He believes that I'm not accommodating his request for a tool that could help him, while I feel that he should already be aware of our daughter's needs without relying on me to tell him. I also worry that making a list sets a precedent where I'm responsible for managing his involvement, which adds more pressure on me. So my question is, am I the asshole for refusing to make the list? Should I compromise and provide a list if it helps him be more involved in our daughter's care? Or is it reasonable to expect him to take initiative without needing explicit instructions from me? I genuinely want us to function as a team, but I don't want to feel like I'm parenting him as well. I would appreciate any advice or perspectives on this situation.
Thank you for watching. In addition to this story, we have other equally intriguing videos that we recommend you check out.